I can. We can. We believe. It is this core belief that grounds all that Baer is. Our students drive us each day to try again, change our perspective, change the way that we are thinking or operating. Not ask our students to change who they are. We mold the instruction to them. Through this, we have seen first steps in 10-year-olds and first words in 14-year-olds. Our instruction is also beyond the physical steps and the communication of words into actual curriculum. During a typical day, I am surrounded by some of the best minds in special education. It is our phenomenal teachers, paraeducators, nurses, and therapists that have the responsibility of bringing instruction to children. Our children have been diagnosed with all types and varieties of needs and limitations, but the core of Baer is a belief in our entire school that they will get the same content and curriculum as their typical peers. It'll look very different, and that's okay, because it meets them where they are. Oh, but then it takes them higher. It is those Baer adults that will not be satisfied with the status quo. They meet success on one goal, and immediately they look for another. These successful interactions build into the story of a Baer student, the story of a Baer community. They build the story of Carlos, Tyron, Shelby, and Antonio. A core belief in kids and what they can do is a belief that builds and means that all kids means all kids. It's a belief at the core of access to the curriculum. It's a belief at the core of believing in your school community. I'm so proud of all of our Baer scholars. Against unbelievable odds, you did it. We can't forget our VIPs, our very important parents. You are amazing. You have given us the trust of caring for your child. For some of you, almost 21 years ago, some of you came to Baer when you were 3 years old. Remain an advocate for your child. Stay involved. And always look for ways to keep your child learning new things. Know that your dreams for your child have come true. They did it. Beyond that, you did it. Congratulations, and continue to build your now young adult. Dream day by day, dream step by step, dream skill by skill. Baer community, I love you all. We are servant leaders at Baer, and we believe in what we do every day. We will continue to model the power of communication, the power of instruction, the power of hope, and of dreams each day. Congratulations to Carlos Woods, Shelby Brown, Tyron Brown, and Antonio Hawkins. God bless you. Please, you continue to be Baer strong. God bless.
Good afternoon, parents, guests, and graduates. Allow me to offer my most sincere virtual greeting and welcome. It is my privilege to serve you here at Baer. I want you to know that as I stand here with the temperatures closing in at 95, in my graduation / church / court suit, I am reminded that it is a graduation. And then sadly, I look about and I miss the anxious parents, the balloons and flowers, the dressed up babies crying, the fans blowing, the large camera carrying aunts and uncles in the center aisles. And of course, you dressed up in your caps and gowns and your graduation day smiles. I am reminded of our new reality as I deliver these words. I want you to know that while they are nice, the spirit of this day is about you. It is about your journey. It is about all you have done to make it to this day. It is a celebration of survival. What you have accomplished in your time here has been a testament to your ability to do great things in the face of unbelievable challenges. You forced us to think outside the box when educating you because you refuse to be underserved or ignored. You taught everyone within eyesight of you that because you did it different wasn't a good reason to believe you couldn't do it. I stand here this day full of emotion as I'm shouting in a loud voice, you did it. As we attempt to navigate our current state of affairs, we are confronted with the most challenging times we have seen in 2 generations. As we search our souls for answers, my dearest graduates, I want you to know that I look to you, those who have overcome the challenges daily. When we watch you every day adapt to this world, making your voice heard and doing it with a smile that can light the darkest room, I say in these, the worst of times, I'm going to be strong like Carlos Woods. I'm going to be stubborn with my determination like Tyron Brown, and I will not give up till I make it. I'm going to be happy, motivated, and show up every day like Shelby Brown. And lastly, I'm going to fight and never give up like Antonio Augins. Class of 2020, you are a class that has endured an unbelievable time in history. You have done an amazing job, not just in your studies, but in your journey. Thank you. It has been a privilege to witness. Your legacy is one of love and inspiration. And from us, know we love you. Congratulations.
I wish I could see your wonderful faces and smiles to give you all a great big bear hug and smile to acknowledge your day. Yes, this is your day. I know that this world is different and changed in many ways we have not fully realized. This virtual platform is not the way anyone wishes to spend graduation, but I'm going to make this a moment for you and your accomplishments. Carlos, you have made it. Shelby, you have made it. Tyron, you have made it. Antonio, you have made it. The road that has brought us here to this momentous day of you completing school has not been easy, straight, or without mountains to climb. But guess what? You have gotten up and will continue to get up again. This is the key to life's challenges, and you already know what this is like because you have overcome more and continued against unbelievable odds. And you know how to become the shining light in a world that still has an unbelievable journey ahead. What starts here today changes your daily routine. Your future is ahead of you, and ongoing growth and learning through life continues. The expectations placed on graduates are huge. The expectations placed on parents and guardians are huge. But know that you have come so far and the journey continues. I want to take a few moments because that is all I have here to quote Brene Brown and touch on the topic of vulnerability and what sets apart people like you, Carlos, Shelby, Tyron, and Antonio, because you have the courage to keep going. They believe what made them vulnerable, made them beautiful. They didn't talk about being comfortable, nor did they talk about it being excruciating. They just talked about it being necessary. They talked about the willingness to say, I love you first, the willingness to do something where there are no guarantees, the willingness to breathe when faced with adversity. I think back to my graduation day, and I know that I had to rely on others to get me where I am today. And I fell down many times, but each time I fell, I climbed back up that mountain. And each time I climbed, I had a little more experience. And your daily life, you rely on others, not always talked about and discussed, is what you, Carlos, Tyron, Shelby, and Antonio have taught me. You have taught me about vulnerability in ways that I do not have words to express. You have taught me that even without sound coming from your mouth, you have a voice. You are listening and waiting for others to see and to acknowledge your beauty and your expression because you have so much to say. If someone invests the time to build a relationship and takes the opportunity to listen to your body language, look in your eyes, and to watch your gaze, and to interpret meaning, you have taught me that it is possible to have a fulfilling and rewarding conversation. You have taught me, and I am forever grateful for our time together at the Baer School, and know that you will continue to touch the hearts of others that take the time to listen.
Good afternoon. I am Patrick Krause, and I had the honor and pleasure to have worked with you for a number of your high school years. To the class of 2020, congratulations. You have worked so hard, meeting your therapy, your educational, formal and informal testing, as well as meeting your IEP goals, earning you a Baltimore City and State of Maryland high school certificate. What an achievement. Please celebrate today. Parents, I know of your commitment and how hard you have worked with the boys and girls, the young men and women now, as they are grown, but please give them some extra well-deserved love today. What an achievement on their part as well as yours. What a celebration. A shout out to our 2020 Baer School graduate class. Congratulations, my friends. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Carlos!
Today is a celebration. The theme of your school year at Baer this year was, I believe in Baer. In preparing for this conversation, I reflected on what it might mean to believe in Baer, to believe in this school, its teachers, and its students. I like to believe that the B in Baer stands for bravery. Andrew Solomon shares that parenthood abruptly catapults us into a permanent relationship with a stranger. When your child has special needs, it requires a special kind of bravery for that relationship. It requires that parents have to courageously learn to navigate a world that for many was very, very different than the world they were used to. Bravery also applies to you as students. You need to be brave to take the next step in your adventure. You are ready. The faculty and staff at Baer have spent years nurturing you to build on your strengths and be your very best. You are brave. I think the A in Baer stands for agency. As parents and school staff, you have been called to be the advocates and agents of change on behalf of your child and your students. You have had to be the voice demanding services, ensuring equitable treatment, and providing the most opportunities possible. Further, you've worked tirelessly to support the young people in your school community in developing their voices of advocacy so that they can be their best agents in their world. I think the E in Baer stands for education. At this graduation ceremony, we mark the culmination of one portion of your formal education. We mark it, though, not as an end, but as a beginning. For the word commencement means to begin. At Baer, the staff and faculty work tirelessly to ensure that student needs are met and that each student receives the educational opportunities that they need to be their best. And the R. The R in Baer stands for readiness and resilience. You have demonstrated endless resilience as you have navigated a world that is not always accommodating you. You have fought through illnesses, roadblocks, and countless obstacles. Your parents, teachers, and families have fought for your rights and held high standards for you. You are ready. Ready for what is to come, however scary that may be. Trust in your preparation and lean into your community. At this point, you have a 100% track record of making it through hard times. You are resilient. You are ready. In his book, Far from the Tree, Mr. Solomon again talks about parenting and parents who are raising children who are in one way or another significantly different from themselves. In that book, he shares with us that parenting involves two separate activities. He says you have to change your child in that you need to educate your child and instill moral values in them, but you also need to celebrate your child for who they are and make them feel really, really good. Today is a day to celebrate who you are. I believe you are brave. I believe you are agents. I believe in your education. I believe in your readiness and your resilience. I believe in Baer, and I believe in you.
In recognition of the records and achievements of the students of this class, and by virtue of the authority vested in me as principal of the William S. Baer School, I certify that these students have met the graduation requirements of both the Baltimore City Public Schools and the Maryland State Department of Education. I take pleasure in recommending to you the graduating class of 2020.
To the 2020 graduating class of William S. Baer. Acknowledging the certification and the recommendation by Principal Sockwell Moore, and by the authority vested in me as Chief of Staff of Baltimore City Schools, I take pleasure in presenting to you the graduating class of 2020 for the conferring of diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of presenting to you Dr. Martha James Hassan, Baltimore City School Board of School Commissioner.
And in recognition of the certification of these graduates, the recommendation from your phenomenal principal, and the acknowledgement of the Chief Achievement and Accountability Officer, and by the virtue vested in me as a commissioner of the Baltimore City Board of School Commissioners, I take extreme pleasure in accepting the graduating class of 2020 for the conferring of your high school certificates of completion. Congratulations, Baer.
Congratulations on receiving your high school diploma. I am so very proud of you. You have done a great job. You are to be admired for all of your hard work. You, my friend, are respected by educational staff, therapeutic staff, support staff, visitors, family who come to Baer, as well as your classmates. What a great job. So very, very proud of you, young man. I also want to thank you, Carlos, for teaching me. You taught me when things were hard for me, times were tough, I would think of you and how you, my friend, with all of your adversities, all of your challenges, you kept moving forth, and you did it with a smile. You, Carlos, have taught me humility, perseverance, and kindness. For that, I say thank you. Carlos, today is your day. Congratulations, a well-earned graduation. Thank you. Happy day.
Congratulations, class of 2020!
Hi, this is for all the parents and guardians who helped our 21-year-old made it through. They never would have made it without you.